look at these photos. That's Joan Lunden covering Princess Diana's wedding. And the royals, this is 1982. She was the co-anchor of Good Morning America, you all remember, a job she had for 2 decades. Well, now Joan is working right here as a special correspondent for the royal wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. And she joins me now. What an honor to have you today. I'm so glad that we've hooked up with you, and you're going to do some work for us in London and back here in New York with the royal wedding. So when you look back with Diana, my goodness.
I remember we would go over to London to do stories about Diana, and we were all struck, not just by being a shy Di. She was really, to say uneasy isn't even enough of a strong word. She was frightened of the public and the press. But when you go back and you look at where she came from, you get a sense of why that happened. A lot of things are being thrown around now. Royals, aristocrats, what's what. If you have an HM in front of your name, you're His Royal Majesty, you're a royal. If you're an aristocrat, it just means that you're from a family that has a lord, a duke, an earl. That makes you an aristocrat. And her father was in line to be the Earl of Spencer. Consequently, there was a house, a guest house on Sandringham, which is one of the go-to places for the royals, one of their favorite estates. And they leased that house to the Spencers. So when she grew up as a little girl, she would be out and she would actually play with Prince Andrew and Prince Edward. So you would have thought that she would have had a leg up.
Right.
But the thing is that her mom left.
Right.
Went off with another man when she was 5. The dad then remarried a woman who didn't want to have anything to do with the kids. She never had a sense of belonging. She was shipped off to boarding schools, didn't do well in school. And so she didn't have, like, close school chums. She didn't have a family support system.
And she was only 19, and she was thrown into this, worldwide attention kind of a story. But what I want you to talk about now is Camilla. Because Charles was with Camilla at this time. Why didn't he choose her?
You know, he did. He went through that Rolodex of aristocrats like you can't imagine.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, because he was Prince. And then he fell head over heels in love with Camilla. And they went together for about 3 years, but then he got shipped off to do his little stint in the Royal Navy, as all kings in waiting do. And she didn't wait like Kate Middleton. She didn't wait for her prince. She figured, he's never going to commit. So she went and married one of his friends, Andrew Parker Bowles. So when Charles came back from the Navy, he was hanging out with his 2 really, really close friends, one being a lot closer than the other, Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles, at their house. And finally, when he got to be about 30 years old, he didn't care about finding a girl because he had this big romance going with Camilla, but the royal family was panicking.
Wow.
And they were just, saying, how about this one, how about this one? And one of Prince Philip, that's his Charles' dad, one of Prince Philip's buddies spotted Diana. She was only like 18 at the time, came running back to Philip and said she doesn't have any past boyfriends, so she's a virgin, she's from an aristocratic family, and she's young and pretty. And that was pretty much it. They didn't care that she wasn't educated, because that would have made her capable of handling all of her royal duties.
Talk about an arranged marriage.